Hello, today I'm going to show you how to complete the attachments page of your application in the Provider Management module for Vermont Medicaid. Please note that your attachments page may look different than mine. The attachments that are required are dependent upon your enrollment type, provider type, and specialty. So as you go throughout the application, answer certain questions. Based upon those answers, depends upon which required attachments you will see here. You're going to notice at the top of the page you have your provider type and your specialty listed. Under that is a section for required attachments. This is a list of attachments that you will be required to submit along with your application. You will see the attachment type listed here on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, there's a column for requirement met. All of mine currently say no, and in order to proceed with my application, I need those to say yes, meaning that I've actioned it on how I'm going to submit the required attachments. You may have more or less required attachments, again, depending upon your specific situation. So in order to action these required attachments, I'm going to do that on the bottom here under Attachment Details. So I'm going to scroll a little bit down here to the bottom, and I'm going to hit Create New on the right-hand side. The first thing I need to say is which kind of transmission method am I going to use to submit these attachments. So you're going to use the drop-down box, and you'll notice that you can select by mail, electronic only, email, or by fax. The most efficient method for submitting your required attachments is going to be electronic only. That means that you're going to upload a copy of those attachments directly to your application. That means when you submit your application, there's no waiting period. We're not going to be holding your application waiting for it to receive attachments. All of your attachments will be linked to your application, therefore it can go right into our screening queue. If you select by mail, by email, or by fax, once you submit your application will be in a holding pattern for 30 days waiting for us to receive those attachments and upload them to your application. If we go beyond the 30 days, your application will be locked out and you will have to start over. So I'm going to choose electronic only today to show you how that works. So if I choose electronic only, I then have to select my attachment type. And you have to match the attachment type to your required attachment types over here under required attachments. So the first one I have to attach is my IRS W-9 form. So I'm going to use the drop-down list here, and you can type in the box to get to your selection faster, or you can scroll. And I'm going to select IRS W-9 form to match the attachment type here. Then I'm going to click Select Files and find my attachment on my computer. I'm going to allow that to upload. And you'll notice it does say Done with a check mark once it's uploaded. And simply, I'm going to click Save. And now you'll notice that down below under Attachment Details, I have attached my IRS W-9 form to my application. And if I look up at the top under my IRS W-9 form, under Requirement Met, it now says yes. So I need to action the other three in order to move on with my application. So I'm going to just repeat the process. Again, I'm choosing electronic only today, but you do have other methods if you are not able to do so. This time I'm choosing my proof of professional liability insurance, and I'm going to select my files on my computer. Once done, I'm going to click Save. And you're going to repeat this process just as many times as you have required attachments. So some provider types, some enrollment types are only going to require 1 or 2 attachments. Some may have more. It really just depends on your situation. So I have one more that I need to attach. So I'll just finish up a copy of my voided check. And click Save. So now at the top, all of my required attachments have been met. There's yes in every single one of these columns. If you have an attachment that you want to upload that is relevant to your enrollment, that is not a requirement, you can do so. You would simply hit Create New, just the same way that we did with the required attachments, and choose the appropriate attachment type when you drop that down. The only thing that we are going to note is that please do not send any claim information in your application. We do not accept any claim forms through your application process. Those come directly to Gainwell once you have approved your application. Once you've uploaded or selected the transmission method appropriate for all required attachments, you're ready to hit Save and Continue and move on with your application.